This is lesson 1-7, make an organized list. Our essential question, how can an organized list help you solve a problem? And here's just a quick example of an organized list that you can make of different lunch combinations. Now the last lesson in every topic is going to be the problem solving lesson. This is just a really quick, general lesson about some things that we might need to help us solve math problems. They don't always go along with our topic. So they're just some good general things we need to know for math. So we're only going to have 2 examples on our problem solving lessons. So you still need to copy the examples. Usually it's going to be some word problems, so you do need to write the problems. However, you can write them in your own words. So you don't need to copy word for word. You can kind of shorten it up, but as long as you get the important information, that's what matters. There's no vocab for this lesson. Example 1. Suppose 2 darts hit a target that has 2 rings. The outer ring is worth 50 points, and the inner ring is worth 150 points. Make an organized list to show all the possible scores. So basically it looks something like this. It has an inner ring, which is 150, and an outer ring, which is 50. And you would throw darts and try to get it on the board, and you could get one of these 2 places. So here's our list. We have an option for a 50 and an option for 150. So if you throw 2 darts, it could land 1 in the 50 and 1 in the 150. Or they could both land in the 50, or they could both land in the 150. So here's our organized list with our 3 possible scores. It could be split, or both darts could fall on one of the 2 places. Example 2. Yolanda needs a 3-digit code for her locker. She wants to use the first 3 digits of her phone number, 763. How many different combinations using each of these digits does Yolanda have to choose from? So let's go ahead and make a list. So we have our number, which is 763. So it could start with a 7, it could start with a 6, or it could start with a 3. So she could have the original number, which is 763. Or, remember, we're starting with a 7. She could have a 736. So just flip-flop the numbers. That's my only option because I only have those 2 other digits, so there's no other possible combinations under the 7. So now we are at the 6, so we start with the 6's. So she could have a 6, then a 7, then 3, or starting with the 6, she could have a 3 and then the 7. And then the last one, we're starting with a 3, so she could have 3, 7, 6, or 3, 6, 7. So this stuff is not new to you guys. You've made lists before. You found out how many different possible combinations of things you could have. So this is just basically a refresher and a review of that and showing you ways that you could write the lists. And typically for our problem solving lessons, we only have 1, maybe 2 practice problems. So don't forget a word problem or a question and rate your understanding.